Good morning, Israel, Ishmael, to all our supporters. And when we say Israel, Ishmael, we mean the Latinos, so-called Latinos, so-called Hispanics as well, so-called black men, Puerto Ricans, so-called Jamaicans. All of those are the victims of the transatlantic slave trade and other slave trades. Good morning. Just waking up, woke up with this Ebola thing. Viruses were on my mind. Plagues on my mind. Everything's going on around the world. With that on my mind. We were watching a lot of video yesterday, and a lot of on Facebook, man. A lot of folks is this Kemet versus Hebrews. This person versus that person, old versus the new, male versus female. Excuse me. Gotta stop smoking these cigarettes, man. They're killing me too. So I'm part of that too. That's why I'm sharing this video as well. Now this Ebola thing, I'll share some pictures how the Simpsons had showed Curious George in bed sick with the Ebola, but they used to call us monkeys. And I might have mentioned this before, the video before, but it's just gonna get even deeper. All you rap guys and artists and entertainers and so-called big business dudes, even you hood rich folks of all nationalities. I'm talking about Ishmael and Israel. Did y'all forget about AIDS? Did y'all forget about syphilis? Did y'all forget about N1H1, the bird flu and swine flu? Did y'all forget about chemical warfare, bio warfare? Then we talk about these false flags. We got the red, green, and black flag. Hispanic Day flag. Did anybody consider of coming together as one under one flag, making a new flag, letting people know that we can come together as a people and not divide it up for our own personal causes? Because the divide and conquer is still working, and it's making it easier for them, pale skins. And we're not saying that all pale skins are devils and this and that, because they're not. We got some Ishmael and some Israel devils too. It's in history. And they like money, they like worshiping gold, they like even worshiping the bull, Apsu. Apsu is the god of Canaan. Apsu is the god of Egypt, Babylon. This is coming fresh. I'm just waking up with just on my spirit. Just a spark. So this is really like a spark to remind y'all, especially y'all sisters, because y'all sisters, y'all wear these provocative clothing, like Rihanna on the stage and Beyonce, wearing her type of clothing and influencing our young daughters. The scriptures say, in the Quran say, harlots and prostitutes are in the temple, in the Most High's temple. And some may think it's a temple of a building, but when it's a temple in the mind, the harlot is in the temple. There's diseases in the temple of the Most High. There's money changing in the temple of the Most High. And we come to flip those tables in the temple of the Most High. you know, with this Ebola, it's spreading across West Africa, not South Africa, not East Africa, but West Africa. Doesn't that sounds like familiar when it comes to the transatlantic slave trade, when it was always West Africa and North Africa, and eventually they made their way over to the northwest of Mexico, which is called America. Then seen some on BBC, a clipping where it was a so-called black man who was a mayor of Atlanta, Chocolate City. Well, most of you so-called black people love to go and be and play God and play, this is our city, this is our thing. That they bring two pale skins with the virus. Then I see another clipping about zombies. I think it was a movie about zombies being in Atlanta. Now remember, I said, Simpsons made a clipping about Curious George having Ebola. Now there's a movie about zombies in Atlanta. Then all of a sudden, the mayor of Atlanta, who was a so-called black man, goes to the Bilderberg meeting. And we all know, and if you don't know, the Bilderberg meeting is for the elite pale skin, for business and banking. The mayor's not in banking. What is he going there to talk about? What is he about to allow happen? What is he about to do to let quote-unquote chocolate city be a victim of? I need to wake up, man. You know, y'all talking about the AT aliens, you know, how ATL is this and that and wonderful. But there's a judgment coming. Here in Pennsylvania, I'm telling some people I've seen a whole bunch of gnats at these gas stations. I mean, more than I've ever seen in my life. Dead fish coming up everywhere on the planet. Just recently in 2014, well over hundreds of thousands of fish dead. India, and it's another country, had a river that was filled with blood. Now there's two new rivers in Europe and in China filled with blood. And a lot of y'all say y'all don't believe in the Bible, y'all don't believe in the Most High, with those things that happen in the scriptures, but it's happening today. Kemet, Egyptian worshiper dudes, Black and Noble stores, and all you guys who saying Egypt was the first. Wake up, man. Look around you. Do some more research. Leave Egypt and look at the world, man. Y'all say only God can judge you. I don't think y'all really want that, because he's a pure energy, and he uses his laws to judge us. He don't come down and say, hey, you're guilty, you're guilty. He uses the laws of nature to judge us, and everything has its time and coordinates of how it happens to get his point across. And there's some of us who can see it, that's can tell you that we have to change, people. I'm even kind of tearing up right now because it's the truth, you know. Oh man, eyeballs. I mean, it's just a quick snippet. I thought it was gonna be quick. It's 9 minutes, and so don't forget AIDS. Because Magic Johnson had AIDS, and all of a sudden he's still alive and has a kid who so happens to become an abomination. Y'all forget about AIDS. You know, these viruses are still real, and half of these viruses is airborne. You know, we got our water infected. Our food is infected. Our children are being affected in the mind by these entertainers of having no clothes on and having sex and all this type of wild stuff. And to my Rastafarian brothers, man, you know, the Bible said that y'all turned around and worshiped gods and did things worse than your forefathers done. I.e., you killing each other over nothing. They're wearing all different types of colored hairs, half clothed. And then the rest of Israel came here, in the rest of Israel, when y'all came here to America in the 80s, the mid-80s, with the bubbling and whining turning into twerking now. Y'all, if y'all the tribe of Judah, do your research on your history and your culture. Come back to the Most High, Rasta. You know, Selassie, Ethiopians Nubians never came over and helped us. When has they come over to Jamaica and Trinidad, to the islands, and did anything for you? When has Selassie come to America? We have pictures saying he went to British, he went to Europe, but he didn't come to America. African presidents came to the White House, but they didn't come to none of our rallies. When the Black Panther was here, they didn't come. Nobody's coming. And we must stand on our own, or we're going to die by diseases, plagues, killing each other, separatism, this thing called feminism, another tool that wedges between the man and the woman. You know, every female who has a voice is not a feminist. Sheik, pastor, and all you folks you read in the Bible talking about what women can't teach. If the man is in error and he's not doing his job, she must move in, because she's a nurturer. She's part of nature. That's her nature, to move in, because the nurturer has nurtured something else other than his woman or his house. The so-called black man, the men of Israel, Ishmael, has become, their nakedness has been exposed. So we've become cursed. Just like when Ham exposed, Canaan exposed Ham's nakedness was his woman, and had sex with his wife, his grandmother. Had sex with Noah's grandmother. Noah's wife, which is Canaan's grandmother. That's the curse of Canaan. Ham wasn't cursed. He just wasn't responsible enough, so he didn't get his full measurement. But he was still loved. And so the same thing I'm saying to all of us when it comes to our nakedness being exposed as men. And we don't cover our nakedness, meaning our woman, we'll be cursed like Canaan. And we'll be subjecting people to keep taking over us. And if this is not real, then look around you. Till next time, this is Omar Hosea, the servant, dear Heavenly Father. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for waking us up, and those watching this video. That you be glorified, magnified, for your will is the best will. Protect us all, Father. Those of us who are willing to seek you and find you. Protect us from our enemies. Protect us from your enemies. For you are the best of all citadels. Selah.